Hello, welcome to the first One Piece Doc podcast with me, Mr. Six, and
Erik.
yes, that is Erik. Great, great introduction. So, how are you doing today, Erik?
I'm doing pretty good. Today is actually the first day I'm in California.
I know. How many miles did it take you to, get here for this first episode?
Just for this first episode, 1,500 miles to
Wow.
make this happen tonight.
Wow. And where were you driving from?
All the way out of Missouri.
Dang.
Little...
That's how important this podcast is, huh?
Oh yeah, this is the whole reason we're here.
Exactly.
The podcast.
Like, because we love
One Piece. One Piece is
Yeah, I know. If you didn't see that, that was his what is that? What kind of sign is that?
It's like my peace, like love and war,
yeah,
sort of gang sign.
Yeah.
Gang
I guess that's
sign.
the yeah, you can't really see that. I guess on a podcast. So
but you can feel it.
You can feel it through the voice,
Mm-hmm.
your vocals. Okay, so let's get down to business. We wanted to talk about, for our first episode, the past chapter that just released, chapter 947, Queen's Gamble. So, what did you think about this chapter, Erik?
Pretty solid. It was a little different than what we've been getting, but overall, I think with the way it started, you have Big Mom pretty much having already bodied Queen, and then just from that pure energy, you can kind of see Olin's character, through this, because it's really not Big Mom, it's Olin at this point. She's kind of got a different personality. And then you can kind of see Luffy's kind of journey in this chapter where he's trying to master this next level. And, I like how that was realistic, where he didn't just, all of a sudden he has it, and then before that he didn't. So it was pretty solid.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I don't like stories where main characters automatically, like, get a power up and you really see Luffy struggling to obtain this next level of hockey. And I mean, some people don't like that. I mean, I believe that's just because it's like week by week, and I agree that it gets very strenuous to wait
Yeah.
for, like, all those.
It's years in the making,
I know.
It's like, oh man, we've been watching this for 20 years. Well, 20 years, and then like in the actual episode, it's only been like a month since they went to the New World.
Yeah.
So I mean, 20 years.
Dude, their recovery time is crazy. Okay, sorry, small tangent. Basically, they just fight all these people and then they just recover so fast.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he fights Katakuri.
That must be just because, like,
wound.
It must be just because, like, Luffy's rubber.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's just, I mean, it's rubber. He practically is that kind of like a sticky material when it's in its like natural form.
I know,
like,
rubber comes from
It
trees.
used to come from a tree. I was just at the botanical garden and saw some, and literally, just like a very natural, tropical tree.
Basically, the tree that makes the gum fruit.
Yes.
So, I mean, like,
off the tangent, right?
Yeah. Okay. Now we're getting back to the meat of this chapter. So, I mean, we start out with a flashback with Rayleigh back at the auction house, and Luffy's visualizing what happened to I believe it was Kami's collar, neck collar that was similar, and how he visualized how Rayleigh was able to, break that collar before detonating, and
it kind of makes me think something real quick, actually. Because they're the same collar, they both explode. Maybe the world government and Big Mom bought them from the same dealer.
Well, no. This one slices your head off. The other one exploded.
When you saw that, when Luffy crunched it and he threw it, it exploded just like that one, though, in the air.
Yeah, I mean, is that maybe because it was a mechanical error, and then it just because like it exploded? Like if it's
Yeah,
I mean, of course, like it's probably
you're-
like spring loaded.
You know,
but there must be a sensor there, right?
And you actually might be onto something, because I do remember him saying that it cuts, but then when he threw it, it exploded. I was wondering why it did that.
Yeah.
If it was just like a spring thing, maybe it's mechanical or something.
Yeah.
But it would have to be pretty strong, because I mean, some of these top tiers have hockey. What if they could just stop it from cutting their head off?
Yeah, that's what I was. I mean, I believe that Luffy wasn't really worried about that. I mean,
Hyogoro, though.
unless those blades were like,
They
you
could
know,
be sea
forged
stone or
with
something.
like sprinkles of sea stone, so
Yeah.
it kind of negates whatever, you know.
Yeah, and they're in Wano, so that would make sense. They could
Yeah.
make something like that. It wouldn't be too far fetched.
Well, I mean, he was training with Kid, that like where
Like
they
they're
were
competing.
training while being really weakened by sea stone.
Oh yeah, but that's because they had watered them down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Luffy failed at protecting.
In comic fashion.
Yeah. I mean,
that was the catch, though. They're like,
what?
this was one of the reasons.
How do you say his name again? Hirogoro?
Hirogoro, yeah. That was one of the reasons why people kind of had maybe a disagreement with this chapter, was that they were like, in the last chapter, it was like if Luffy fails, then Hirogoro's gonna die, Hirogoro's gonna die. But in this chapter, he does fail, and Hirogoro uses Ryu, or this flowing sort of haki, to protect himself so that he didn't die. So that was kind of why was it so important that he do it right then, but then he failed, and there was like, why was that promise that if he failed he would die, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, it would be like too much, like I was saying, if he just totally mastered it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think people use master like loosely, because they're like,
because he did it once.
Yeah, just because he did it once, they say he mastered it, and
Hirogoro said that too. He's like, oh, you
already mastered it, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, if he mastered it, then he should be able to call upon it whenever he so chooses.
Yeah, he needs to be more consistent with it.
Right. I think it was just he was able to do it unknowingly.
He said it was a deeper level, though, like a more advanced version. It wasn't just like flow it out, but he like floated in, and then maybe like, I don't know, because it caused it to explode.
Right.
You know, kind of like Sabo's Dragon Fist, where he like pierces the tournament back in Dressrosa, and the entire he punctures the stadium with his hockey, and it like crumbles in all directions.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, I'd love to know who would have that advanced type of hockey. I mean, we already know Rayleigh has it.
Dragon, probably, because Sabo has it.
Yeah.
Or you would assume Sabo has it because the nature of that attack.
Yeah.
Because it punctured the stadium.
Okay, we're getting really off topic. Let's get back to the chapter. So, I mean, Luffy failed, right? And failed to protect Hirogoro, right?
Yeah.
And so now Big Mom's raging to kill Luffy because he ate all of the...
Oh, what was it?
Was it...
It was the... those...
what is it called? Oshiru?
Oshiruki. Oshiruku.
Oh my gosh. You guys definitely let us know in the comments if we messed that up or anything.
I think it's called Oshiruku. I just read it, and I haven't heard anyone say it before. Ooh,
Yeah.
Maybe Joy Boy, I think he said Oshiruku.
I don't know. Probably they've all said it, but I haven't been listening.
Yeah.
I haven't been watching their stuff lately.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then they go on that big chase, and we get to see everything. We get to see how the prison's set up in those kind of like 5
Yeah, it's got like
different
5 corridors. And then
areas.
An inner sort of smelting place where they I guess they take all the stones that all the slaves or prisoners are, mining for them.
Different like processing areas. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Kind of gives it more of a societal feel. Like there's actually some culture there. There's
Well, I mean,
a mining sort of industry.
Well, Oda does that extremely well, very subtly.
Yeah.
And for people that really pay attention to the small details, able to pick that out. And everybody has a field day with that. So.
Oh yeah, no, I like it personally. I think it gives the story more substance, more volume. rather than making it feel so like small. Like every country has all these different aspects to it. Like if we go back to Dressrosa, like we were just talking about it, you have Greenbit, you have, you know, the citizens of Dressrosa, then you have the toys who are part of the citizens, but like they had their own sort of like, you know, code of conduct because of, you know what I'm saying.
Okay,
But
no,
yeah.
but this is something that's always like made me wonder.
Mhm.
So when you're thinking about like everything that goes into building a city or infrastructure, and you have like all these small islands that have all those
Oh yeah.
those things, I'm like,
And they're all different.
man, there must be like some like big industry that supplies all these things, because
Some of
are
it, you
is
know,
like are all
and-
these like villages like Syrup Village
Mhm.
making all these
Yeah.
special components to
Yeah,
make
like
whatever else.
nails, you know,
Yeah,
logs. There's got to be some sort of industries that
I mean,
are providing.
that area wasn't. I mean, unless they deforested it,
Ooh,
like like how are they gonna get this?
I think one of the answers is the if you go back to Whole Cake Island with the people that Big Mom invited to the tea party, right?
Right.
One of them was the person that does that with the underground currents. He's the underground, or not the underground, underwater currents. It said ship magnet. He's underwater current ship magnet. I think that's what it said. We'll have to go back and reread that, but something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I have no idea.
Oh,
I mean, I'd have to go reread that too.
It wasn't okay. You know how there was the guy with the scythe.
Yeah.
You know how there was a guy with the scythe. There was and he was the mortician. Then you had the CPO.
Well, you're
Stussy.
talking about I know the underground, but like I'm talking about just like general like everyday supplies.
Yeah,
Construction.
Yeah. He would be underground too, but you'd think that he's also part of this getting supply. Maybe he's more than just underground. Maybe he's above ground, but he's also like, you know, Al Capone, and he has his underground business as well.
Give me your evidence right now.
I don't. We're just speculating.
No,
it's not.
No, I want evidence. I want pictures. Send me.
Okay, I will. I'll send you
Because
pictures.
for me that's a stretch.
You think that's a stretch?
I mean it could be. I mean I'm not saying
Well,
nothing's impossible. With
Big
Oda.
Bird.
Morgans.
Morgans. Yeah, everyone knows who he is, but he's still underground with these people.
Yeah, I mean, but it doesn't have to be the underground. You know,
that's like a link. Like if Big Bird can be mainstream, why can't this other guy be mainstream while still being part of the black market? The person that's getting the supplies from one place to another.
yeah, I guess. I mean, that could be, but I need to see something more. I mean, but is he like? He'd have to have like a super extensive network all over the Grand Line, the north, east, west,
that's true.
south blues.
He would have to have headquarters in all the blues. Yeah.
I mean,
otherwise he'd be proing at that mountain peak.
Do you ever see trade ships?
We don't get to see that side of One Piece.
Yeah, because like I mean, there's no one that like. I mean, even like other pirates that raid ships, it's always Marines, right?
Yeah, or like it's like pirates on like royals.
Pirates on pirates on pirates.
Or pirates on pirates, or pirates just going on to somebody's island and raiding.
Yeah, that's maybe we'll extend that conversation. More, but now after our other tangent, we're gonna get back to the actual chapter.
The One Piece tangent channel.
Yeah, we're still figuring it out. So after like, well, I mean, in this chapter, so like on page 9, there's this mysterious kind of like figure with like a straw hat, but not straw hat, right?
Yeah, and he's got stripes and everything.
Yeah, it's like his face is hidden, so you know he's important somehow.
And he also is thinking though. Oda doesn't give just random characters thoughts.
Like thinking, like a thinking bubble, yeah.
Well, doesn't his face right here in this panel, doesn't it kind of look like the head guy in Wano, the dragon? The guy has like 9 dragon heads. The Shogun. Doesn't he look like the Shogun? His
Orochi?
Yeah, Orochi. I forgot
This
his name.
guy?
Just look at his face a little bit. How it's kind of narrow, and he has his hair coming down.
Orochi doesn't have. He has a round face.
It's kind of narrow.
No,
it's long. No, it's round, but it's long.
No, it's complete. It's round. Hold up. Okay.
It's still kind of long though.
No.
It's round. It's not like a perfect circle.
Yeah, Orochi. No.
Using my name. How could you do it to me?
I almost did it. Okay,
You
hold on.
almost
So
did
like
the whole thing.
I know. On the first one. Wow. Okay, so I'm just confirming this. Yeah, dude, look. His chin is wider than his forehead.
No, you're okay. Orochi is the sugar. I'm talking about his
Oh, you're talking about like
his bodyguard.
Oh my gosh, dude, the Japanese names of characters always mess me up.
Yeah.
Because I always mix them up. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. That was supposed to kill.
Yeah. Oh, this guy right here. Kiyoshiro.
Kiyoshiro?
Yeah, Kiyoshiro. Look at his face. It's kind of long, and he has this long hair too. His is kind of poofy.
I mean, it could be. I think that. Yeah, it could be. Actually, that's actually a really good thing. But how could he like transport? Because he's fighting Zoro and Sanji, right?
Maybe it's his brother, or his twin.
You're just pulling things out of nowhere, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying. I'm just speculating, making it fun.
Yeah.
You know?
My God, Eric. Okay, so yeah, we'll note that. We'll see. We'll see.
You put forth like 50 theories, hypotheses, and next thing you know, you get one right.
Yeah, I mean that's the
forever.
thing. You just gotta do the shotgun method.
Yeah.
Wherever strike or hits.
Absolutely.
It's so funny how like Kaido's like underlings are just freaking out right now. They're all like we're dead. We're basically dead.
Yeah, Queen's
Big Mom's
down.
Big Mom's gonna kill us.
Oh yeah, no, she would have too. This is the part that got me going in the chapter. While Big Mom's chasing Luffy around the prison mine, you have Queen. He finally gets up and he's like, "Oh goodness gracious, well, I gotta do something," And you can just tell he's just like sweating in all the panels. And the next thing you know, he's like on top of this cliff, and he turns into a Brachiosaurus, and he dives off after putting an Oshiruku, kind of
trap.
Trap there. Big Mom walks up to it. She's like, Oshiruku, and then he jumps off,
and then boom, done.
And then,
dude, I don't know. So I did watch Roger's Base's like reaction to it.
Yeah,
and
I like watching his reactions.
He definitely wasn't happy about it. I mean, I don't know. That was his initial reaction.
It was kind of weird because she has that really strong iron balloon defense. Like, how did that?
But did she have that while her memory was gone?
Well, yeah, you would think, right?
I don't know. I mean,
well, if it didn't, then a Brachiosaurus just fell on a person's head. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, if she did like the Kaido jump, she would be done.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Kaido jumped 10,000 feet off Sky Island.
Yeah, and what, a Brachiosaurus jumping from like I don't know, like 30,
200 or 300 feet max.
Yeah,
because it looks kind of tall in like the pillar of the background.
What do you think? Do you think that would get to, what is it for gravity? 7 seconds?
9.8.
Oh my God, I was off. 9.8 seconds. Do you think he got maximum velocity on that?
No, you'd have to fall from like over 2,000 feet, I think.
Boom. There you go.
Yeah.
Big Mom. Scrub.
Big Mom.
Scrub.
Yeah. Scrub.
No, I'm just kidding.
And Brachiosaurus.
No,
so we're just talking about like forces and whatnot. We could write some physics equations next week.
Okay. So we need, yeah. Erik can do that.
Sometimes.
All the time.
He will do that. Yeah. I'll do some Kaido versus Big Mom force, how much they took. Calculating in their weights, they're probably about the same.
Dude, you just got to measure these like sea stone blocks, right? So just think about how those stones form.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're crystal structures.
Yeah. They have the means that they look pretty dense though, because Luffy's carrying one and Skid's carrying one, and they look like they're pretty heavy because everyone else is struggling. Even they're like, oh, this is like a workout,
But is it heavy though? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying it was
you would think so.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But then he jumps off, and this is the funny part. I really
The
thought this was
Bronco
the
bomber.
yeah. I thought this was the funniest part of the chapter because like Big Mom's like, "Ooh, look at her face." It gets like she's like, "Dang, she's feeling it," you know?
Dude, how she looks kind of have you ever seen like Spirited Away?
Yeah, that's a great anime.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she kind of reminds me of God, it's killing me. What's her name? Dude, I keep wanting to say Baba Yaga because I saw John Wick recently, but it's not that. Okay, so if someone's listening, all of our listeners for this first episode, let me know. Spirited Away, what was the witch's name? It's gonna kill me. I mean, I have an iPad right in front of me. I could look this up, but it'd be more interesting if you could tell me.
Yeah, it would be a lot more interesting.
Yeah, dude, but Oda's been doing like the surprise face a lot.
I love the
eyes
like
Queen
and the tongue.
Yeah,
it's such a classic.
His eyes popping. Yeah,
it's like a now. That is the same. And
he's been pulling that face a lot though.
Oh
because
yeah.
Before it was like extremely rare. Like, oh my god, they're scared.
Oh yeah, it's like the fan thing. And maybe he does like his fans. You know, just a little bit.
To pull out to draw the face.
Yeah, we love it.
Well, I guess like just to show. That. I mean, I guess the stakes are higher, so to really express how scared they are.
Yeah. But look at this. Big Mom's face is menacing. He sees Big Mom, and he knows that she can kill him, and like he's nothing.
The art, Oda is killing it with how he's drawing Big Mom and how menacing she looks.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you first read a chapter, like it's your first impression is like, oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. She was kind of got bad characterization in Whole Cake because she's got the sickness, but that doesn't understate how powerful she actually is in a straight up fight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm kind of okay with the sickness, just because like, I mean, there's a lot of like extremely talented people. Or like really dominant forces in like sports or something, but they usually have something wrong sometimes with them, right? They have like some just something that differentiates themselves.
Lou Gehrig.
What?
Like Lou Gehrig, No, not like Lou Gehrig. You know who Lou Gehrig is?
No, tell me.
Oh, like the ASL, the Ice Bucket Challenge. Like he's this great baseball player, but he ended up with muscular dystrophy.
Oh shoot!
Yeah,
no, I don't follow baseball.
Well, that was like 100 years ago.
Only.
That was like 100 years ago. But yeah, so there's stuff like that. It's kind of the same thing. But there's also Josh Gordon from the Patriots, a wide receiver. He's great at football, but he can't stop doing drugs. Some sort of internal vice, maybe.
The devil's grass.
The devil's grass.
Dude.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, why did we get on this stage? Dude,
we're talking about this face.
This is the One Piece Doc podcast, man. We're just casually talking.
Oh yeah.
No strict format. But yeah, I don't know. Like, she remembers everything and then just falls asleep. I don't know. Maybe
It needed to happen. What are we gonna have Big Mom as Olin for the rest of the series?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yes.
Then
she takes care of everybody and feeds everybody.
True, but that would be crazy. Could you imagine this if that's how Luffy gets Big Mom on his side? She just forgets who she is and then likes him or something.
Yeah, I hear a lot of. I mean, I've read a lot of people speculating that Big Mom would go on or join the Straw Hat's side to oppose Kaido because she'll remember everything that Chopper did
sense.
for her and stuff. But I mean, he kind of destroyed like her territory and embarrassed her. So I don't know
at this point
if I mean they could have. I mean, I don't know if you could easily like take out Big Mom even if she doesn't know herself.
I don't know. That'd be
really hard. But I mean, like I don't think that would be enough for her to be like,
I want a one-on-one fight.
let's go, or
Bet on
let's
Kaido.
let's join forces.
Yeah.
I think she would just take out both of them because she can.
Yeah, but maybe if you think about it like this, what if Big Mom kind of became like the person that fights Kaido in this arc, and then Luffy fights King, Zoro fights Queen, and Sanji fights Jack.
No, I don't. I mean, I feel like
That'd be weird.
that's how we
wouldn't
want it to go, or
Yeah.
some people want it to go, or
Yeah.
like just like that's Arkham's razor, like that's gonna be
Yeah.
it.
Well, yeah, I'm
But
just speculating.
but you know, Oda's always gonna switch it up, dude.
Yeah, I would rather see something kind of unique than just get the same thing every time.
Exactly.
Like he does have a blueprint kind of, but it's never the same.
He always like adds some zest to it, right?
Oh yeah, or he'll do like a little twist here, and then he'll do a little twist there. You know, it's a little bit different, but you never like completely in the not knowing where you can't even really speculate where he's gonna be. There are some people who are mangakas that theirs are just always really hard to figure out what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
You know, so
Oh man.
the next part of this chapter though.
I mean, just like I like when they saw that they had an opportunity when she fell asleep. They're like, wrap her with everything.
Yeah, she's got like a billion chains on her. She's snoring too. She doesn't even care. She's not even. That's the thing. She's not like scared. She's not even in. She didn't get beat. She didn't get beat. This is just one of those things.
She didn't get beat? I mean, like not like in a traditional sense, but
Well, I mean, like
she got
didn't-
incompat.
She's not afraid to sleep. You know, she didn't. It was even stated that she hadn't.
She
didn't
had
got
a
ton of sleep.
she had a Brachiosaurus fall on her head. What do you want?
I don't think, but she's gotta be close to Kaido's level of durability. That is what she's known for, is the iron balloon defense.
I'm pretty sure Kaido could survive that Brachiosaurus, though.
Probably.
I mean, I don't doubt she could survive like a fall. Oh,
She
well,
hasn't
I don't know.
eaten. She hasn't eaten. She hasn't sleeping, and she has a concussion from lack of oxygen.
She
Probably.
needs to get that checked.
What's that?
What?
You know what I'm saying? So maybe she's nerfed in this situation. Maybe Oda has nerfed her, and that's what I'm thinking, because
Well, yeah, he definitely nerfed her.
her durability was crap. I know it's a Brachiosaurus, it's like the biggest animal ever live.
Isn't that a blue whale though?
Yeah, blue whale, actually. It's still the biggest, but the biggest the biggest Brachiosaur
Yeah, the
is-
biggest Brachiosaurus we've ever known.
is Queen.
This queen.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. It was pretty cool, I guess, but I thought she was nerfed. Kaido fell 10,000 feet, so is he that much stronger than Big Mom? He can fall 10,000 feet, but Big Mom can't take a Brachiosaur to the face.
Exactly. She
Like-
can't take it.
She can't take it. She's a scrub compared. I just recently watched a YouTube video about that, like the Yonko's relative strength compared to one another.
By who?
That's a good question.
Cite your sources.
I think it
I'm gonna
was.
call you out.
I think it was B.D.A. Law
Oh,
with the guy who has the Doflamingo intro.
dude,
That's
that
one of
intro
my
is so
favorite
sick.
intros.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah.
He is really. That intro is so good.
Oh yeah, check him out if you haven't already. He's
Yeah, man. And then now, I mean, Queen or
he
Big
forgets
Mom's
about
on.
everything.
Huh?
He forgets about everything else. Who's this guy right here? I love the cartoons in the background. Like
Dude,
you always
he
have
has
the main
so much
characters.
detail.
Yeah, that's so awesome. You can even feel the panel too with all these little like
The
sound
motion,
marks,
yeah.
and motions, and then he just gets on his boat. What does his boat look like in the front? Because I know Jax was like,
It's a Brachiosaur.
it's a Brachiosaur.
See, extra long neck.
Yeah, I didn't even look at that last time. Is his
I
flag
wonder
different?
whose ship that was with the scorpion. Oh, dude, you know the scorpion guy in
Yeah.
the jailer? Maybe
Yeah.
that's his ship.
Oh.
Because remember, people kept speculating that Jack was Queen was gonna be a scorpion.
Mm-hmm. This is Q3. What's that?
Queen 03,
Maybe this is his third boat.
or
he's
maybe he's the third strongest. Kaido, then King, then Queen, then Jack.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I like this. Is actually, I just went to the USS Constitution over in Boston, and this really, the way this boat is designed in the back reminds me of the USS
Queen's
Constitution.
boat.
Queen's boat, yeah, because it has these little captain quarters, these little rounder portions. That's where the captains sleep on the USS Constitution, and it looks just like that. I wonder if...
Dude, if Queen fits in there, that's a huge ship.
Well, yeah, these ships
It's a huge ship.
Yeah, but you know, like, if you actually get into a ship, if you've ever been in one, they usually have, like, really narrow roofs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So these ships are going to be much bigger than normal.
My family has a boat, and that, oh my gosh, I love that boat. But, yeah, everything's very cramped, very efficient. Yeah.
Like,
we have a Chris Craft, wooden.
Wow.
19...
That's awesome.
God, I don't know. 1950 something.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. I've
Beautiful boat.
known you for like
Beautiful
10
boat.
years, and I didn't know
I
you
know,
had a
because
boat.
the starboard engine has been out for a while.
Oh, why have you? That's why you haven't invited me on the boat.
I know.
I was like,
I
wow.
know. I have my own
Sorry.
One Piece adventure.
Yeah, just said your name. I'm sorry.
But I like how Luffy, he's like, he's gonna like go ham. Like everybody just forgot about Luffy.
Yeah.
He's just about to go
He's
ham and
just
practice. I
stretching.
mean, but is anybody like a worthwhile opponent for him to do that? Well, I mean,
No. Who's this guy right here?
Scrub.
Scrub. He even says it himself. I'm about to go wild.
He looks like an Oni, like how Oda drew him with his big teeth. Right?
Yeah. Well, his Luffy's always smiling, and this time he's smiling. He's like, "I'm gonna kick everybody's butt."
I like how muscular he is.
He does, doesn't he? He looks
I really
a lot.
I
more
really
muscular.
hope he stays this like built.
Oh yeah.
I mean, okay, and another thing, another tangent, small tangent before we end this episode. If he does shrink back, I feel like that would because of his rubber properties, right?
Yeah, but he would still retain
His strength, yeah, of course.
This is also a little different though, because sometimes during the interims, when between arcs, Luffy doesn't really draw the characters the same anyways. He doesn't draw them with as much detail. But if
Luffy
here you can see,
or Oda.
Yeah, Oda doesn't draw.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't draw. He just draws their emotions during the interim. Right now, you can kind of see Luffy's getting roughed up. There's a lot of detail on his shorts. He's got dirt on him. He's got some scrapes and bruises. These lines are kind of indicating that. And you can just tell, like, on his forehead, he's got some dirt on his forehead with the cross hatching there. Like,
Dude, when he got the dirt on the forehead.
yeah, this is like a lot more detail. But maybe like during the interim after this arc, it will go back. But like he's never getting weaker, so you can tell he's gotten a little more buff here. So even if it does go back, that's just how Oda does his interims.
Yeah.
Sometimes, at least.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's speculate what's going to happen next chapter. What do you think? Do you think that we're going to stay at the prison, or are we going to go back to like Sanji, Zoro?
We might get a couple of panels, like maybe one will start right here where
Or are
it
we
left
going to
off.
see what oh my god, what's his name? Is going to show Kinemon, one of the 7 scabbards.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. God, I can't remember his name.
The guy that we were looking at earlier
No.
in that panel.
No,
The-
that's the wrong guy.
The guy that broke out of prison.
No.
The guy that Big Mom.
No,
we didn't even
remember-
talk about that.
No,
Yeah,
with-
there was a panel earlier we didn't talk about where or maybe it was last week where Big Mom had thrown. It was last week where Big Mom threw Queen and it pretty much wrecked that guy's prison cage, and he got out. That's who that guy was. I was thinking about earlier when I was like, oh, that could be like Hayashiro's twin brother, jokingly, you know.
I guess it could be because nobody saw his face,
Yeah,
right?
We haven't seen him yet. So maybe that's the same guy. That's one of the red scabbards. I forget what his name is. He has that. It's not.
Yeah, well, I mean, but I was referring to another red scabber.
That was the
And I'm
last
pulling
one.
up his name.
That was the last one we haven't
Right here,
seen.
this guy.
Sentomaro?
What? Yeah, Sentomaro.
No, it's not Sentomaro.
Oh,
Sentomaro is the guy with the big axe. Ashura boy.
a sure boy, yeah. Yeah, no, like, do you think so?
That's
See,
a lot.
3 possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see what a sure boy is gonna show Kinemon. or
I can see
the
that.
conclusion of Sanji and Zoro, because Oda doesn't want to show Sanji's capabilities, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Because he keeps like, jumping.
Yeah. So,
And then,
did they get out of that situation, or are they still fighting?
no, they're still fighting.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, as far as we know.
there's a lot going on right now. I like that though. It kind of makes it more impactful.
Yeah.
Like, this is going on here at the same time. This is going on over here. But yeah.
Well, let's this has been a really good first episode of the One Piece Doc podcast. So I think we'll end it here. We've been going for like a little over like 35 minutes.
That's about the average length for a podcast.
Yeah.
Not a long one. I've definitely listened to longer.
Oh, dude. Okay. If you guys like history, check out
Hardcore.
No, Dan Carlin's Hardcore History. Oh my gosh, his episode about the Mongols, but that's like 8 hours. But I listened to it at work.
Yeah, no, that stuff it's good. I've listened to it too.
Good for like long drives.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for listening to us. If you have an Instagram, follow us at One Piece Doc Podcast, and follow. And if you're watching this on YouTube, give us a follow and a like, and comment what you thought about this previous chapter. What do you think is going to happen in the
And
next one?
subscribe.
Did I say that? Well, I guess follow.
You did it first.
Okay,
yeah.
in a different way.
Yeah.
This is just us.
That
This is how it's going to be.
That red button.
Don't press the red button.
It's,
just don't subscribe. Just don't press the red button.
it's Erik, and it's
Mr. Six.